Guys, welcome to Stream Domain. Today we are going to talk about the best value in building a PC for yourself, a budget PC from ground to top. That is, from the keyboard is included, the monitor and all the rest. Most YouTubers post videos about how to build your own custom PC or your own custom budget PC, but they never include the monitor or the keyboard. And I think a PC can't actually work without a monitor and a keyboard, or generally they assume that you already have a monitor and a keyboard. I would have loved to do a video where I actually construct the PC, but the dude can't afford the parts yet. So I'm just gonna run you down the parts I've chosen for the PC and the best value parts which I think you can find on Amazon. And let's begin with the motherboard. For the motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte H31OM S2P. It's an Intel motherboard, so it can support only Intel processors. It's a very good processor with a good select. Sorry guys, dude. It's a very good motherboard with a good selection of ports. You have USB 3.0 ports, you have Ethernet ports, and you have your headphone ports. You have, some people may say you only have two RAM slots, which is not very good for upgradability and expandability, but I think two RAM slots are not too bad. It's just a budget gaming PC. This is for someone who may be willing to upgrade to a greater PC maybe in the next, let's say, 4 years or so. You have your slot for your graphics card and some extra PCIe slots. For the processor, which is the next part, because for building a PC you have 7 main components. That is the motherboard, the processor, the storage, the power supply, the RAM, the GPU, and the case. So for the processor, I went with the Intel 8th Gen Core i3, which is the best value for beginners. So you can get it for $124.99. Let's just say $125 at Amazon. It has 4 cores and 4 threads, which is plenty of power, and 3.6 gigahertz base frequency. Now that's a lot of power. That can run you a lot of games. And for the power supply, I went with the EVGA 500-watt power supply. It's a very sleek power supply, black. It will go very well in your build. It has a very good aesthetic, and it's not very expensive. It's a 500-watt power supply. I don't know, maybe you can go with a 450 or a 350 power supply, but I decided to go with the 500 because in the case you try to upgrade the setup in the future, it makes upgradability very easy for you. Um, so, and it is certified. It should be noted that it is silver certified. Okay. And for RAM memory, or for RAM, I went with the Corsair Vengeance LPX 8 GB, one stick, obviously, because RAM prices are off the roof, off the charts. if I can say. And I think one stick of 8 gig is far enough for running any modern title. For running any modern title now, 8 gig of RAM is enough. And since our motherboard supports 2 RAMs at the same time, you can be able to upgrade to 16 gigs by purchasing another RAM stick of 8 gig. It should be noted that it is a 2400 megahertz RAM stick, which is plenty fast, DDR4, which is very powerful and able to run games very smoothly and at high frame rates. Then for the storage, we might have gone the way of the SSD, but due to their prices, I think a an optical drive is a far better choice. So I went with a 1 terabyte SATA drive, which is plenty of storage for your game library and your video files if you are doing video editing and the rest. And it's a very good value, because these $44 can't afford you any SSD. Even a 128 gig SSD cannot be $44. So I think this 1 terabyte optical drive is this 1 terabyte hard drive, sorry guys, excuse me. I know you guys will be running down the comment section and be saying that guy is saying wrong stuff, but just excuse me. I wanted to say hard drive and I was saying optical drive, dude. Anyways, for the GPU, I intended to go for the Gigabyte GT1030, which has 2 gigs of video memory at 84.99, roughly $85. But I found this Chinese card rather cheap with 4 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is a better value if you intend to purchase a graphics card. I went for the Roswell Gunnar X Mid Tower. It's a very beautiful case. It costs only $35. It has tempered glass, and in terms of aesthetics, you have to give it to this red accent. It looks very beautiful, very nice. And it has, as you can see, has an RGB fan included in the case. For the mouse and the keyboard, I went with a combo, because combo of mouses and keyboards are cheaper than purchasing them separately. And look at this mouse. The mouse looks very sick, and the keyboard also looks very sick. For the monitor, I went for a Viewtech. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. I went for a Viewtech HA238 Ultra Thin 24-inch computer monitor. It has a resolution of 1080p Full HD, which is plenty good for gaming. Even though it has a refresh rate of 60 Hz, it is plenty enough for gaming. 60 Hz is not too bad. 60 Hz is not too bad for gaming, and it's more than an acceptable frame rate for gamers. Here you go, guys. This is my current setup or let's say my future setup when I can afford it, because now I can't. So I'm just drooling over the parts on Amazon and just observing. So the total cost of all the parts is $626.81. That is for a total complete PC setup. Now that's some PC setup for $626.81. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy.